The JuRY Daily Program, brought to you as always by everybody who pays us at payjurydaily.com.
On the day that we met on the internet, I asked her for a photograph.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages. My name is Justin Robert Young. This is the JuRY Daily Program. Hi, friends. I need every bad bitch on the equinox. I need to know right now if you were freaking not. Equinox happened over the weekend. That means that fall is officially here. That means that everything is going to be pumpkin spiced. It means that we are looking headlong into the final confluence of holidays that brings our traditional year to a close. It begins with the most fun and randy in Halloween, segues into the Thanksgiving season, and then eventually ends with the solemn Christmas holiday. We're here. Effectively, we are now on the glide path to 2019. That's weird. That's crazy. I can't believe that's happening. And yet, here we are. However, it also means that if we are at the beginning of Halloween, we are at the beginning of something that I hope becomes a recurring bit here on the JuRY Daily Show. Traditionally, when this was a weekly podcast, I probably would have spent one episode on it. This gives us the opportunity to spend a couple episodes on it because I do think that they are very, very funny. So let's begin. Unfortunate, sexy Halloween costumes. This is going to be our first one for the year. The story comes to us from The Bustle. Sexy Handmaid's Tale costumes have just hit the internet, and this is your reminder to please don't with the update. So for you audio listeners, I'm going to describe for you, if you have not seen The Handmaid's Tale, I'd recommend it. It's a good show on Hulu. I've watched the first 2 seasons. Wasn't thrilled with how the second season ended, but that's just me. But in both the book and the show for which it has spun from, Handmaid's Tale is a story of a dystopic future wherein a theocracy overthrows America, the United States of America, and as part of this theocracy, women's rights have been completely suspended, and women fall into certain designations. Oh, also in this dystopic future, what brings on the theocracy is that fertility falls off a cliff. So now we can't make kids, and so there is that's the science fiction-y part of it. So now women fall into a few different roles. There's like cooks and cleaner ladies. There are wives. And then there are handmaids. And handmaids are fertile women who are assigned to a family. And then in a very creepy birthing ritual, the wife lays down as the handmaid lies in her lap, and the husband, the old-fashioned way, apparently not cool to just, give it the old insemination route, right? You got to do it the way, if God's watching, you got to show him you put a little elbow grease into it, apparently. And so you inseminate the handmaid has the baby. So to sexualize the Handmaid's Tale outfit as popularized on the show is certainly a little weird. We go now to the initial article from The Bustle. While most sites can explicitly call out Handmaid's Tale in their listing for copyright reasons, this is unquestionably inspired by the success of the show, a Hulu series based on Margaret Atwood's novel, in which the U.S. has become a totalitarian society and women, treated as property of the state, are forced into sexual slavery. Yandy's brave red maiden costume features a hooded cloak, a white bonnet, a sexy mini dress meant to evoke the outfit of the handmaids, but, sexier. An upsetting, this is their description, Yandy's description, the place that's selling this costume, or was, spoiler alert, we'll get to that. An upsetting dystopian future has emerged where women no longer have a say, Yandy's costume listing states. However, we say be bold and speak your mind in this exclusive brave red maiden costume. By the way, when it was listed, it ran for $64.95. And it has since been pulled. Yandy issued a statement over Twitter about the sexy Handmaid's Tale costume and pulled it from their site. Quote, over the last few hours, it became obvious that the costume is being seen as a symbol of women's oppression rather than empowerment. This is unfortunate, as it was not our intention on any level. Our initial inspiration to create the piece was through witnessing its use in recent months as powerful protest imagery. Given the sincere, heartfelt response, supported by numerous personal stories we've received, we are removing the costume from our site. So short-lived, the sexy Handmaid's Tale outfit under his eye. Under his eye. Let's go ahead and get into your emails. Well, actually, here, hold on. I want to talk a little bit more about this Handmaid's Tale thing. So I want you guys to send in your sexy costumes. I want you to just the weird ones, the offensive ones, the odd ones, the ones that are sexualizing content that may or may not be appropriate to sexualize. I want all of them. I want y'all to be on the lookout as you guys, specifically the ladies, and when you're out there looking for costumes, I want you to send them in. I also want you guys to write me about general philosophy on sexy costumes, because, by the way, here's mine. I'm for sexy costumes. I like a sexy costume on a Halloween Eve. I think people should be willing. I enjoy that Halloween has evolved itself into a bit of a hedonistic affair. You know, there's some people that like to dip their toe in showing a little bit more skin. Maybe for one reason or another, they feel that is inappropriate to do during their daily life, or that the reputation that might carry with them would be something that they don't want to deal with. But on one night, our culture says, you want to know what? Show a little skin. Run around with your shirt off for guys. Maybe girls, I don't know. Show a little leg. Be a little funny. I think it's fine. It's fine. I fully love the idea that empowered women can do whatever they want with their bodies. And if this Halloween holiday carves out that little time for it, fucking A. I'm all with it. But that doesn't mean that some of these costumes are awkward. And that's what we want to celebrate. We are celebrating all things sexy Halloween costumes. The weird, the bizarre, the odd, the inappropriate, right here from now until Halloween. So send them in, jurydaily@gmail.com. Again, jurydaily@gmail.com. Stack Vanessa says, it's very clear that JuRY has no kids. You're right. I would assume that would probably change my opinion a little bit. But it hasn't. Because I don't have kids. So who knows? Maybe if I have kids, I'll change my opinion. Until then, I don't expect to be having kids between now and Halloween in 2018. So who knows? All right. JuRYDaily@gmail.com, right? Your email's in. Noah writes, hey, man, I love the show. Well, all of them, really. I think, this is a Guess My Race email. Noah writes in, hey, man, love the show. Well, all of them, really. I think that you look like you're Albanian. For real, somewhere near that area. Am I right? Thanks, brother. Albanian. I have never gotten Albanian. So yeah, I don't know. That's a new one. That's a new one. I have never had anybody call me Albanian before. I will say this, the Albanian flag, one of the coolest fucking flags I've ever seen. Let's take a look at this Albanian flag. I remember one time I saw that flying over a motel in Delray Beach, and I was like, what the fuck kind of flag is that? And sure enough, it was the Albanian flag. Look at that. That's a badass flag. I was talking about flags with your friend of mine, Darren Kitchen, over the weekend. We're like, it's a real shame that the USSR, like that the flag of the USSR had to go away. Whatever you think of communism and the horrifying atrocities that they committed, that was fairly stunning iconography. I mean, it just looked cool. Hammer, sickle, majority red. You know, it was a good look. All right, Joe writes, if we're going to stand about obscure Marvel villains I would like to see that you'd like to see in the MCU, the top of my list is Umar, sister of Dormammu and the mother of Clea, Doc Strange's apprentice and sometimes love interest in the comics. I get the bad families might be tapped out with the Guardians and Thanos, but I think that Dormammu and Umar would complement each other well. One having overt power through intimidation and force, and one more covertly manipulative, the whispering voice in your ear, breaking you down from the inside out. Umar's relationship with Clea, I could go on and on about, but since Strange was too clever and manipulative for Dormammu, she could pit his own cleverness and manipulations against his own, and do what her brother could not, tap Strange in a loop of his own emotions. Oh. I like it. And then also another one, another recurring bit that we have here on this show. We fucked up. So there's been a lot of questions about what the we fucked up movement is to mean. And we got a good one from, I believe it was Strike It Rich. He suggested this Facebook ad. So here we go. I'm going to show you all this Facebook ad. And this is a quintessential example of we fucked up ads that basically are going to take the fact that they fucked up and then spin it into the fact that they want you to use their service. All right, so here is Facebook's Here Together ad.
We came here for the friends. And we got to know the friends of our friends. Then our old friends from middle school, our mom, our ex, and our boss joined forces to wish us happy birthday. Then we discovered our uncle used to play in a band and realized he was young once too. And we found others just like us. And just like that, we felt a little less alone. But then something happened. We had to deal with spam, clickbait, fake news, and data misuse. That's going to change. From now on, Facebook will do more to keep you safe and protect your privacy, so we can all get back to what made Facebook good in the first place. Friends. Because when this place does what it was built for, then we all get a little closer.
Let me just go back to the moment that everything changes. So here we go. They're like, we're good, we're good, we're good. And then something happened.
We had to deal with spam.
Spam, i.e., they are a advertising platform and they maximize their ability to fucking sell advertising, whether or not it was, good or made the user experience fun.
Clickbait.
Clickbait, i.e., their algorithm valued you staying in the ecosystem for as long as possible. So anything that made you angry or kept you on the platform arguing in the comments was valued highly among more than anything else.
Fake news and data.
Fake news in that, again, same thing. As long as it was inflammatory, as long as it kept you there, they wanted you to be excited about it. They wanted to push it out as far as possible.
Data misuse.
Data misuse, i.e., that one's even fucking weird because they gave everybody all this access to data so they could better target you. And then they're like, oh, no, but we're these other things. We're not the things that are bad. Also, functionally, nothing has changed at Facebook, and they are still there to sell you advertising. So unless their decision is we're going to sell you less advertising, nothing will change. But that's a great hashtag we fucked up submission. Thank you, Strike It Rich, for doing it. If you find one of these in the wild, go ahead and send it on in to jurydaily@gmail.com. I'm going to go ahead and thank our producers, The Gen, PD Rave, Nonspecific, Rock and Roll Martian, Joe Acosta, Will, John H. Meyer, James, Bill, and Dustin. Email, jurydaily@gmail.com. Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, @JustinRYoung, hashtag join the conversation @diamondclub.reddit.com. That about wraps it up for us today. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with us. A reminder, payjurydaily.com is where you can go if you want to support this show. Until tomorrow, see you. Oh, wait, no. I forgot my exit. Please give a round of applause to Mr. Wacky, and please don't die!
Diamond Club hopes you have enjoyed this program.